Hello everyone. This is George from Invensis Learning. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I am sure you guys might have heard of cybersecurity. In today's session, we are going to have a brief tutorial about cybersecurity threats. So, without any further delay, let's get started. We will begin this session by discussing a little about what are cybersecurity threats. Next, we will move further on to the types of cybersecurity threats. And finally, we will end this session by discussing the ways to prevent cybersecurity threats. I hope the agenda is clear to you guys. We will now begin the presentation and understand what are cybersecurity threats. Today, almost 59% of the global population is using the internet on one or the other electronic devices. This makes it even more important for electronic devices to be safe and secure. Hackers have started coming up with ways to gain unauthorized access and conduct cyber attacks. Cybersecurity is the set of practices used to protect computers, computer servers, mobile devices, various electronic systems, communications and computer networks, and data from malicious attacks and threats. It is also known as information technology security or electronic information security. A cyber threat is an offensive action taken by a hacker or unauthorized individual or a group of individuals. These malicious attacks and threats are called cyberattacks or cyber threats. They target computer systems, IT infrastructure, computer networks, mobile devices, and other computer devices. They use different methods to break into, steal, damage, or alter crucial data and information. Let us now look in detail at the types of cybersecurity threats. The first type of cyber attack is called phishing. Phishing is one of the most used types of cyber attacks. The attackers, by this method, try to get access to personal information like login credentials, debit or credit card details by pretending themselves as concerned competent authorities. Phishing is executed mainly through emails, messaging, and phone calls. The next type of cyber attack is called the ransomware. In a ransomware attack, the user is compelled to remove all of their data and information from their system if they fail to meet the timeline in paying a ransom declared by cybercriminals. In spite of all this, there is no guarantee as to whether paying the ransom would secure their data or not. Let us now look into a recent 2017 ransomware attack called WannaCry. In the WannaCry attack, the hackers would send a malicious email to make victims click on an attachment or visit a website. The ransomware uses the flaws in the Windows operating system to force it to run the ransomware code in the system. The ransomware then encrypts or locks all the important files in the system and demands a ransom in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. The WannaCry ransomware uses the operating system flaw to replicate itself and spread around the computer network. The hackers, however, made a mistake. A kill switch was discovered by another hacker, which helped in overcoming this attack. Microsoft also released a patch update. Both these measures help the users to regain access to their documents. The next type of cyber attack is called malware. Malware, short form for malicious software, is a code or file created by hackers to be delivered over a computer network. It is used to infect, steal or to gain control over a system or network to gain unauthorized access. In a malware cyber attack, the hackers create a malware code to hack any electronic or digital device. These devices can be mobiles, computers, and laptops to obtain unauthorized access to sensitive information. It takes critical expertise to create the malware code, and is extremely dangerous for the users who are prone to such attacks. Malware is an intrusive software used to cause damage to computers and computer systems. Now we are going to discuss the man-in-the-middle attack. A man-in-the-middle cyber attack or MITM attack occurs when the hacker places himself in between the client and the owner, or between users and the server, or between clients and server, to misinform the client and get unauthorized access to data and information from the system. In this attack, the hacker breaks the communication link between the user and the server. All data and information transfer of both the user and the server goes through the hacker. This gives the hacker unsolicited access to complete information of the whole system. This gives the hacker complete control over the whole system, the data involved and the processes involved in it. We will now discuss the next type of cyber attack called as the Trojan horse. A Trojan horse or a Trojan is a malware program designed by hackers to break into electronic and digital devices by disguising the program with the necessary software. This type of cyber attack is quite dangerous as it helps the hackers to have unauthorized access to crucial information of users, such as their credentials and financial details. The next type of cyber attack is called as the SQL injection. SQL injection is the latest type of cyber attacks being launched by hackers. This includes incorporating malicious data into users' digital device to enable the hacker to give unauthorized access to all the crucial and confidential information belonging to the user. SQL injection is a cyber attack that allows a hacker to interfere with the SQL queries that an application incorporates into its database. It gives hacker access to view data that is not normally allowed to retrieve. We will now see and understand what DOS and DDoS cyberattacks are. In a client-server communication system, there are 3-level handshakes before the data from the server is transferred to the client system. The first handshake is the client's request to the server to load the web page or any result or any content. The second handshake is where the server approves the client's request, gets ready to load, and asks the client device when to load. In the third handshake, the first device acknowledges, and the server loads the request. Error 404 reflects when a web page doesn't load, the website is down, or there's a lot of traffic on the website. It is detrimental to the profits of the organization. This happens when the number of users on the website on that page exceeds the limit the website can handle. Once it exceeds, the page is down, and the users get this error. What happens if someone fakes the number of users currently using the website and the website gets down intentionally? This is precisely what the DOS and DDoS attacks are. The DOS attack stands for Denial of Service Attack. DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Service Attack. In a DOS attack, the fake requests are made by the same device to overwhelm the website, causing it to crash. In a DDoS attack, a big network of devices creates a large number of fake requests and together requests the server at the same time. In a DDoS attack, big network devices created by the hacker are called botnets. The botnets create a large number of requests, and together all request the server at the same time. One botnet creates 1 or 2 requests. In both the attacks, the hacker fakes the number of users currently on the website. Once this number exceeds the limit, the website cannot handle this anymore, and it crashes down. This crashing is done intentionally by the hacker so that it affects the owners of the website. We will now see spear phishing and whale phishing. In a spear phishing attack, a hacker tries to gain unauthorized access to confidential information by conducting fraudulent emails or phone calls. In a whale phishing attack, a hacker tries to access confidential and sensitive information of powerful and famous personalities like the chairman and head of organizations. Let us now discuss drive-by cyber attacks. In a drive-by attack, hackers embed malicious scripts into various websites. Whenever a user tries to visit the website, all the user data is accessible to the hacker. Because of these malicious scripts, the system gets corrupted, giving unauthorized access to data and information to the hacker. The next type of cyber attack is called the spyware. Hackers use cyberattacks called spyware, which is unwanted software to infiltrate into a victim's computer in order to have access to their sensitive information and internet usage data. It is a type of malware that uses malicious software to gain access and damage a computer without the knowledge of the user. There are again 4 types or categories of spyware commonly called as 1. Adware. 2. Keyboard loggers. 3. Trojans. 4. Mobile spyware. The next type of cyber attack is called the adware. The cyberattacks where hackers use various pop-up advertisements to show up on a computer or mobile device are called adware, short for advertising software. The adware can become dangerous by harming your device, hacking into your browser, slowing down the device, and install viruses or spyware or both. The next type of cyber attack is called the eavesdropping attacks. When hackers launch a cyber attack by hacking into cell phones, computers, and laptops by fabricating information in those devices, it is called an eavesdropping attack. This attack is conducted to gain unauthorized access to files by cybercriminals. The next type of cyber attack is called the password attacks. A password attack involves continuous attempts by a hacker to obtain the login credentials of a victim or user. Many hackers use different algorithms or simply make calculated guesses to obtain the password in the shortest time possible. We will now discuss the most crucial part of today's discussion: basic practices and methods to avoid cyber attacks. Best practices and methods to avoid cyberattacks include the steps and methodologies involved to keep oneself and any organization on the whole safe and secure, both internally and from any external threats, be it cyberattacks, or any viruses, or computer worms, etc. These practices and methods help in a smooth and safe operating environment, and include: keep your user data private. Check your privacy settings. Update your antivirus. Use strong passwords. Scan emails before opening. Check website URL. Log out as in when required. Respect others. Let us now look into each of these in detail. Data privacy. Having user data privacy is the first step against cyber threats. Always make sure that you keep your data private, so that it reduces the chances of data leakage in the advent of a cyber attack. Strong password. Strong password reduces the chances of cyber attack. Having a strong password is of utmost importance, since hackers first target the user credentials in order to gain unauthorized access. Antivirus. Antivirus protects against computer viruses, malwares and other self-replicating software programs that hinder performance. Having a reliable and strong antivirus helps against any malicious software, viruses, and computer worms, and other programs developed in order to deliver a cyber attack. Scan emails. Scanning emails before opening them prevents any dangerous email-embedded cyber threats from harming the user. It is highly recommended to scan your emails before opening them. This helps in a way to avoid the chances of various email hacking attacks usually used by hackers. Privacy settings. Check your privacy settings as a first line of defense against any possible cyber attack or threat. Maintaining strong privacy settings for all your work, be it on mobile devices or laptops, or computers, act as the first line of defense against hackers. Website URL. Cross-checking the website URL is very important to avoid opening any malicious website. A website that starts with HTTPS is far more secure than the ones that start with HTTP. The additional protection provided always counts in the advent of any cyber attack. Log out. Log out of your system every time to avoid prying eyes. Every time you complete your work and don't intend to use the system, log out of the system. This is a preemptive measure, as it avoids prying eyes from breaking into your account. Respect others. Respect other system users and their privacy. Having respect for others' privacy and confidentiality is crucial, especially that more and more people are connected to the internet. This is important in every regard.